Oh, my mic was muted. Hello, Blaze, and thank you for joining me today.
Yo, no problem. Yo, I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Good stuff. Right then, let's jump on board initially with Barrage Ronnie. I believe he is going to be playing this snipe area. Nothing too crazy just yet, from what I can tell.
Yeah, coming out the gate, jump to, you know, everything seems to be very, very basic right here. We got a big fight going on here down at the window area, and right now we got Barrage Delay. He's getting into a big engagement right now, and that's going to be with D2. And these guys are trading shots back and forth, and D2's going to come around here, try to make a play. He's going to take a lot of damage right there. He's going to get his health back, and he's going to be holding off strong. It seems like between these two, they're really making a move. Gonna take a look up top, and we're gonna see Adam try to make a push.
Yeah, as you said, Blaze, everything looks pretty calm at the moment. No team taking any risks. Very first round, a bit more passively played. We've seen War Machine played right now, but you know, the skill of these individuals with their shotguns. There could be a play any second. You see Barrage Adam pushing up a little bit, using those frag grenades, but nothing is going to connect just yet.
Yeah, he's gonna lose both his grenades right there. Still not much action going down at the window right now. So then I'm gonna go over to eXeS B, and you know he has used his nades already. Both of you guys are going to be engaged, and we're going to see some action down here in the mid. We're going to have Sam go down mid box. The Lion's going to come in and try to save. That kill's going to get cleaned up by Jail. The Lion may go down, taking some shots from the side, and he will go down, but D2 goes down as well. RD's coming in to save his teammate right now, and it's going to be a 4v1 situation. That
was the play we were waiting for, Blaze. Simple push on that vending machine, a play we usually see from these top teams. Barrage Adam, all down to him now to try and clutch this one up for his team. He's going to get crossed out, and the first round will go to the French squad.
Yeah, so for these teams that's in here, so you said, like, so this is the French squad, right? eXeS. Now, the Barrage team, where do they come from?
They're from the UK.
From the UK? Okay, awesome, awesome. Now, are we seeing a lot of different UK countries coming in this tournament? Now, well, because for me, you know, me knowing my UK landscape is pretty, I'm pretty novice with. Okay, I don't know my UK countries too well.
Hopefully the EU Open will help out getting the exposure out for the EU community. Nothing yet to speak of just yet going on this round. Passively played. No one playing up on vending machine, I don't think. But look at this. eXeS B is already throwing a nade from this Troika area down. Not going to connect though, as Barrage Adam is still holding off. No players have moved from their respective positions, apart from Barrage Sam actually. He's moved up to the vending machine, so perhaps some organization coming into play very soon in hopes of the first push.
Alright, we still have a stalemate here on the mid box. Sam has pushed up just a little bit right here, and he's holding strong on the mid box. He's on his pistol. Looks like he may try to push forward just a little bit and take some shots here on the window. D2 and Delay, they're going to be trading shots back and forth. Nobody's really connecting with each other. I'm going to switch over up top right now, and Adam's going to get rid of his last nade, and he's going to dodge a nade as well. This is going to turn off into another stalemate up top. Nobody's pushing just yet. Those nades that they're throwing right there, they need to either try to get a little bit aggressive with them, but at the same time, they're trying to bait each other, and they're coming off into a stalemate right here. Usually at this point, Adam probably could try to drop back down low, go for the second set of nades, and probably bait this guy to push forward into the Troika pit and catch him off guard.
It's a good shout, Blaze, but look at this down on the vending machine area. Smokes galore as Barrage Dill is full red. I believe Barrage Sam, yes, he's still up in this vending machine area. Trying to check out if there's any plays coming in tuition, but there's nothing happened just yet. But as you said, Blaze, up top is a crucial area to take attention to during these battles. Both players are showing each other massive respect, now collecting the respawn nades. I mean, we usually see some aggressive 1v1s up top, but I'm surprised actually. It's a complete change going into this first one. The qualifiers seem to feature a lot more aggressive play from all these two teams, but
yeah,
I mean, eXeS B is just eXeS B and Adam. The their ability with a shotgun certainly is persuading their enemies not to.
Yeah, when I play up top, you know, I usually try to at least save one very aggressive nade, and Adam's gonna take out GFL as I talk about that aggressive nade, and that's gonna be a good nade. The lie is trying to stay up right now. He needs not go down because they do have the man advantage right here, and they're gonna put some shots in on the mid box. D2's gonna make it out of there by the skin of his teeth, and he's gonna be taking a lot of damage, getting crossed from top. He's gonna go down.
Barrage now making their offensive down this middle area. Barrage Sam and Ronnie getting shots in. B and Physics along with D2 will fall, and Barrage will take this first round. And Blaze, I mean, War Machine, it really does tell this tale. As soon as one player drops from their position, you see these top tier teams go in, get organized, and make these plays to cut down the enemy team. We just seen that perfectly executed by Team Barrage.
Yeah, using a War Machine, when you lose a man advantage, you have to act very quickly to try to even those odds, because if you don't, you're gonna pretty much just trap yourself into a corner. Because then by then the enemy team is grabbing nades and grabbing twerk roll. There's not really a lot of places where you can run on this map.
To right, and just checking, flicking through these cameras, Blaze, there doesn't seem to be any change of opening strat for either of these teams. Both favoring themselves in the future.
I'm definitely gonna put it on Adam and eXeS. It's definitely in their hand off the initial rip with these nades, because as we see, the local squad, they're keeping their guy Jail. He's playing very far back here in the middle. Okay, he's letting his teammate do most of the work on the mid box, so he's not getting aggressive to take this fight in the mid box, which is fine, because you know, especially if it's not a fight that you're confident in, you don't want to put your team in a bad position. So he's really playing that support role in the middle. So he's leaving it up to eXeS up top to kind of open up the door and make a play. So if he can kind of finesse this nade where he can kind of get one maybe on their window, it'll be good. And he's gonna throw a nade left and right, and then we're gonna see that counter nade up top that's gonna prevent him from pushing, and it's gonna go back into a stalemate.
Yeah, you are right, Blaze. Counter nades are a thing up top. They do prevent these plays when they do come in. So they're kind of an offensive tool in this situation, but also a defensive weapon in that regard. Checking down bottom though, nothing going on just yet. Just trading shots. Generally what we see on the window area. See, one member of Locust actually moved up to vending machine now, so that's a change. Going for the right hand on Barrage Dill, but Gel is going to pull back. He is full red. Recruits in the form of Bed coming back to the vending machine. He is full red, and it's a pretty difficult situation for him to deal with as D2 falls. Sam picking up that one and the double. Nice back A from him as Adam also gets it down on B up top.
Yeah, great job there by Sam. We're going to see Physics. He's going to go down as well. Not much he can do at the end of that round, being at a disadvantage. And Barrage is going to go up 2-1 right now. Good job there by Adam. He kept his composure. When we seen D2, he rotated from the window to the mid box area, and he kind of was sandwiched at that point with his teammate being very far behind him. He stayed aggressive, but Adam was able to take control of that with the back A.
Certainly Adam doing work for his team right now, and look at this vending machine area already breaking into combat as Gel is kind of just scammering his way back to the cover, but it's not going to happen. Gel will get crossed out from Dill. Sam picking up that one. The counter push on this vending machine now as D2 gets naded by his teammate B from up top, as it's now a 4v1 situation. Adam is going to win that 1v up top as Physics falls. Barrage are really coming out of the blocks firing, aren't they, Blaze?
No, they definitely are. Up 3-1. That was a quicker round than we've seen beforehand. They definitely have their confidence up in the later rounds of this match, and they're really bringing it to eXeS right now.
2 right now. If you were eXeS, perhaps Blaze, would there be any change of strategy warranted now that they're 2 rounds down and potentially 1 round away from losing the first map?
You know, eXeS, they just need to really keep their composure right here. You know, they need to take these last 4 rounds into account and try to figure out what's going to be the best counter strategy to them. We're going to see eXeS. He's going to get up top for free, and we're going to see the person he was playing against, Adam, come up there a little bit late, so he was able to get some nades off of the window, but he was able to capitalize on that slight advantage that he had.
2 right, Blaze, but it's all about, for me, Barrage, Sam, and Vending Machine. He's picked up the kills when necessary. He's also playing quite aggressive in terms of his position, playing up on that Vending Machine, which does provide him some angles to cross out the window, when that cross becomes available, but it's also a kind of a risky position as well, because you're a lot more prone to getting crossed out from the snipe and nades area. So shout out to him for really doing well for his team right now.
Yeah, Sam's trying to put some shots here on the window. He's also trying to dodge the guy in the mid box. But see, the guy that's in the mid for eXeS, he can get crossed up top right there. And they can probably, and yeah, they're giving that call to Adam, and Adam's trying to put some shots at him, and that guy's going to be forced to push up to the mid box. And Delai's going to get into a fight right here with Jail, but Jail's going to go down as well as Delai. Jail's cleaned up. Delai's going to get revived. 4v3 situation in favor of Barrage. And they're going to get caught up in the mid box. Sam is full red. He ended up getting his teammate down right there. They're going to try to focus this, but eXeS is not going to be able to. And D2 is going to go out as well. 3v2 situation here. And eXeS B is going to go down. It's going to all be up to RG here. He's going to be rotating to the mid.
All up to him. Can he clutch this one out as he's trapped inside his spawn? It's going to be a difficult task for him. No weapons to his name. 3v1 now. He has to win this one. And I have to give it to eXeS then for managing to bring back the kill on Barrage Dill. But will it be enough? It doesn't look like. Barrage will take the first map.
Yeah, Barrage is going to come out on top right here. And, you know, like I said, towards the later rounds of this map, they got that confidence and they figured out how to beat eXeS. And they took full advantage of them right there. That last round, we seen Sam and Delai, they get caught up on the mid box right there, and you almost saw eXeS make a play, but they just did not have the team fighter to make that happen.
No, you are right. Indeed, it was kind of passive at the start. It seemed like both teams were trying to figure out how they were going to play this. I mean, it's not your typical, the typical strategies you see in scrims. You usually see much more aggressiveness on that vending machine area, and as I said earlier, up top. But very organized play in the end. Barrage just getting ahead, folks, and we will be getting onto the second map very shortly.
Now, what is going to be the second map?
That is a good question. I'm going to find out right now, as I believe that they are switching up hosts. Let's take a look.
So between these two teams right here, who would you say would be the player to watch out for, that highlight player, the player that can just make anything happen in any situation?
You know, judging from past performances on the GFL, in these qualifying tournaments, Barrage Ronnie has performed extremely well, especially in one particular tournament. He is the team sniper for Barrage. He's also the newest member to this team. And I think he replaced the in-game leader, or the previous in-game leader, in the form of Barrage Blade. Mm-hmm. So he had some big shoes to fill. Okay. But his sniping capability and his movement is something you have to look out for.
Okay, awesome. I can't wait to see that. You know, now, especially when it comes down to those in-game leading situations, you know, those players are very, very key. Just because the simple fact is, especially when it comes down to gears, by it not being, you know, respawn, you know, and this being execution. Because usually I found in respawn game types such as in Halo and COD, like that team momentum when it's going, it's going consistently. And you have a lot of extra time to think when you're dead, especially in situations that you may mess up on. And you really need those in-game leaders to really kind of bring you back in the game. I don't know. I found that people, when they take L's, they get more down on themselves in gears than anything. You know, they lose a lot of morale quicker than other games.
No, I agree, certainly, Blaze. And that's definitely a good point, though, with Gears 4 coming up very soon, releasing later in the year. We saw Dodgeball in the beta. We also saw Escalation, excuse me, featured on the official Coalition stream. Now, I think you described Dodgeball as a respawn game type, although it has very, similar aspects to it compared to Execution. And then you also have Escalation coming back in. We saw Gears 3 with a respawn mode, which featured a lot of intense action, but it also complemented Execution in the way in terms of like non-respawn and respawn. And I thought it played fairly well, but any mode can be improved upon. And Gears of War, we all want it to be the perfect game.
Yeah.
And, King the Hill doesn't need that many tweaks, I feel, to actually make Escalation into a really top esport, which I can't wait to cast over.
Most definitely, and You know, me personally, I'd be happy with no more execution. You know, and then, you know, I didn't think that at first, but you know, now, you know, going forward, you know, I'd be happy not being able to play execution again. Me personally, just because as far as when it comes down to Gears Esports, um, you know, execution, like we've seen a lot of stalemates in this game type, and we've seen a lot of games take a lot longer than they should have because teams not pushing or not knowing how to push or not knowing how to counter strats or just the pressure is too much and there's too much on the line, and for whatever reason, the games get really slowed down because there's no objective inside the game rather than just, you know, kill the entire, you know, opposite team, you know. So you kind of need something within the game to kind of force teams to say, hey, we have to make a move, you know, because if there's nothing there to force them to make a move, then, you know, we get these boring games.
You know, I certainly agree. I mean, we have canals. Fuel Depot is sometimes a passive map, and Gridlock we've seen recently as well, when teams opt for the strategy of taking the sniper to the Hambish tower so they can get a line of sight on Boom. And you know, I second that point. You have respawn modes, which also have those power weapons, which is, you know, been great objectives so far in the Gears of War franchise, but really if a respawn mode comes into it, I feel that would really take Gears up to the next level in terms of intensity, but also show what Gears of War players are really made of, how intelligent these players are to people who are unfamiliar of this esport and perhaps compete in others, and really show the true dimensions of the intelligence of a Gears player.
Exactly. I'm on board right now with Physics. He's going to be in this host spot, and we're going to see off the jump Barrage go for a boom strat, and they're going to send two people in a boom shot. I haven't seen this strat in a very long time to kick off the game. They're gonna get down, try to get the boom shot. Nades are gonna be thrown on the host spot. That first nade is gonna be dodged. The second nade is gonna be up. It may pick up a kill, and yes, it does. FaZe is gonna go down. 3v3 situation. Adam is trying to push up to give his teammates just enough time to get out with this boom. But Ronnie's gonna be trapped down here in this boom, and he's gonna get headshotted by Angels, and he's gonna go down as well.
You know, that Barrage strategy we've seen actually in a previous GFL night, and they tend to try and bring out the surprises, I believe, on the first round. It sometimes pays off and it sometimes doesn't, I feel. So they are currently a man down. I'm just going to flick through the cameras quickly. Who's got the boom shot? Okay, XSB has recovered the boom shot. He is going to get down though as his teammate goes in for the revive, who also has a sniper. So really, I would assume eXeS are going to win this round. It's all to them to secure this, gradually push out of this boom shot area with no silly mistakes. Barrage Adam jumping on board with him. He's going to be making his way down bottom to try and get the angle on this boom shot.
Yeah, right there. Angels is good. He's just keeping his snipe on the host spot, allowing his teammates to get up out of here. Sam's going to take this 1v1, and this is a great fight he needs to take. He needs to stay aggressive on it. Can he come out with this down? And yes, he does. D2 is going to go down, and XSB is going to go down as well with that boom shot. Sam with the cross over the top to help his teammate out, and they will win this round.
Wow, what a performance by Barrage. You know, I would not have guessed, looking at Adam's point of view from earlier in that round where he got that angle on boom shot, that he was going to able to not only kill the two enemies, but also win the round. I mean, Barrage Sam had an excellent play, as you said, Blaze, in that 1v1 situation up top, but also taking out the boom shot there.
Yeah, the 1v1 up top on the host spot that Sam fought was a blessing, you know, because if he didn't have that 1v1, they didn't even have to fight him up top because Snipe had that guy's head down. They just pretty much need to double push the guy that was down low. And we're going to see boom shot picked up once again. It's going to be a hand of X's D2. So D2, he's going to rotate out of here, and he's going to get out. Not even contested. He sees about two guys in spawn. Sam's going to go down. This boom shot's going to take out Adam. 4v2 situation in favor of eXeS right now. And they're going to have another boom shot to push up top with.
And I think the push is coming very soon. They have got a two-man advantage. We're going to follow D2. Not going to connect with Hoffman, though, as his teammate, though, is in support. eXeS going for the Barrage strategy that time. So they want to mix things up. Obviously, this league match is important to both teams. And it seems like it in terms of the opening strategies. We saw a War Machine, which is a bit passively played at first. No team taking risks. But we also see some more complex strategies coming out rather than usual base strat. So it's awesome to see right now.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. We're going to have a 4 up top from the COG team. And they're going to be matched. So 4 up top by both teams right here. On board here with Ronnie. Ronnie's going to be pushing up to the secondary. He's going to be taking some shots. Angel's going to go down. Headshot right there on eXeS, and he's going to go down as well. 4v3 situation. Wasn't able to capitalize on the guy back killer. He got revived. And Physics is going to even the odds right here. He's going to get revived by his teammates in the open, but once again, Ronnie's going to take him out. That was a bad revive right there, but I can kind of understand why he went for it quickly. But they could have almost baited that guy.
You know, I think you're right. A bait might have been warranted rather than the revive. I agree. But, you know, his Physics actually got an amazing back A to actually even out the numbers somewhat. I did not expect to see him coming flying through that prism area and getting that back A, and it was nice to see. So, 3v2 situation now. Let's check out the power weapons. Angels is the one with his sniper rifle. He managed to get out of that unscathed. Adam, though, he's going to pick up the nades. Numbers advantage now. He's going to bring them back up top now, hoping to make a push perhaps and regain map control.
Yeah, this is going to have to be a well-placed nade. Angels is on his back killer. He's going to dodge that nade, and he's going to, he's going to get out of there. He's going to rotate right back to the back pillar and hold his position. This is good because if anybody goes to the line, he has a good opportunity of trying to get a headshot on those guys. And he's not really being contested. He doesn't have to rotate out of here just yet. One thing what these guys need to do, especially being a man down, they need to try to keep as much map control as possible. Angel's going to miss that shot on the Barrett, and he's going to rotate down. Shotty's out. They're ready to engage into this fight, but they're going to drop back, kind of flip the map one more time. Angels is going to hop into this nade pit, looking for the new nades. They're not going to be up. And right now, he's just going to sit here for a little bit, looking for his next move.
Barrage Adam, though, he's moved down bottom to keep an eye on Angels. He is going to see him jump out. Will the 1v1 come into play, though? It would be nice for Angels to try and get that opportunity to even out the numbers, potentially. Barrage Sam, he's just hanging about up top. As Ronnie, though, he's going to be stuck in a 1v1 situation, backing off as the Grenadier pushes up. He has got reinforcements, though, in the form of Sam. It could be a potential 2v2 shotgun as Angels comes flying in, getting a nice back eight there. Adam has come to reinforce, but it's not going to be quick enough as eXeS get a fantastic 2v3 clutch on the go.
Wow. The fact that even happened is beyond me. Because the simple fact is that you had a guy in nades by himself, and you had one in spawn by himself as well. Right there, you have to really pick out the guy that's out of position. They both was out of position, but that one guy who's in a spawn, you need to all three kind of push him and put the pressure. And as you see, this pressure is going to be down low. eXeS is going to hop into the boom shot. Once again, eXeS B is going to go down. Boom shot's going to get picked up. They won't be able to clean up that kill that's down because Boomshot is now watching him. Good boom shot. Ronnie's going to go down. Adam's in rotation. He's back up top with his teammate. Snipe's going to be in the hand of Delay. And Delay is going to be on his whole spot. He's trying to catch this boom as he comes out. Trying to get this headshot. And he's going to send Angels back to the heavens. Delay up here. 3v3 situation. He's going to reload. Holding strong on his whole spot. Looking for his next victim. Not going to get anybody just yet. Gonna go on board here with eXeS. He had boom shot last time, and I think he still does because he whipped out this pistol. And he hasn't shot any yet, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe he's shot one blaze. Of course, that fantastic boom against the wall, which really helped his team get out of that boom shot area. But Barrage got an amazing headshot there, catching that one on stream as Baghdad, aka B. Now he's pushed up to the snipe pillar. As we could see a play very soon, using that boom shot potentially to take map control. And Barrage, you really have to look at them now. What are they going to do when this comes in? How are they going to rotate? It looks like they're just about doing that now. All coming out the back as D2 has already made his way over the top.
And right here, Delay, he's trying to make it over. This boom shot's got eyes on him. And good job there by him, not going all the way, across to the low side, knowing that boom was watching him. Good awareness right there by Delay. He's going to be in a good position. He's going to rotate over to the spawn. 3v3 situation. He's just trying to get a good sneak kill on somebody. But Adam's going to go down low. They're going to try to push back up top. Take out eXeS B. eXeS B, he has help right here. They're going to push these guys back. The line's going to go down. This is going to turn into a 1v3. And Sam's not going to be able to do much right here.
Fantastic play by eXeS. They're really impressing me this map, as they're only one round away from tying the map count up, excuse me. And fantastic play from Barrage Dill with that snipe, and as you said, avoiding that boom shot initially. But D2, he had his number. He was going to fire that boom shot. across that map, and a nice finish off to that round there. Let's check out these two teams. How are they going to play these opening strategies? It could be the final map for one of these, the final round, excuse me, for these teams, as we already see Barrage pushing up on this snipe pillar. I think we're going to in for an aggressive round. Angels get a nice back A, pushing through that snipe pillar, as Barrage Adam, he's going to be full red, crossed down by B. Barrage Ronnie has pulled back to try and get the revives in, but it's going to be a 4v2 situation now.
Ronnie's trying to hold off here on the back wall, 2v4 situation, and they need to be smart here and say, hey guys, we just killed 2 people. They're playing back. Let's just rotate. And that's exactly what we're going to see happen. Physics is going to go down low. He's going to get this boom shot. They're going to play it slow. But as they're playing it slow, now they need to realize the line Ronnie, like, hey, we need to push up. Because they're getting a boom shot. This is 2v3. This is probably as good as it's going to get. And they're going to do that. But the line's going to go down. And Ronnie's going to go down as well. Angel's going to clean up both of those kills right there. And X is going to take map number 2.
That's all she wrote for Barrage on that one, folks. 1-1 is your map score. Remember, it is a best of 5 now, so it's a lot different to the GFL qualifiers that were a best of 3. We're now in for a best of 5. Every match you see on stream tonight is a best of 5, and I can actually let you know that we have 3 matches tonight, so we're in for a longer stream. Always amazing for me and us casters, and we get to see more intense EU action. 1-1 is the score. So perhaps we should go over the schedule for this evening on that note, Blaze. Who have we got? Well, we've got eXeS Esports, Barrage Esports. That's the game we're playing right now, folks. Started at 7. Now, the future times are estimated. You know, it might be delayed a little bit. The matches, you know, we do have connection issues sometimes online. But next up, in any case, is Team Evolution versus Odin. 2 top teams we've seen plenty of on the GFL stream so far. And if you've seen my personal stream, in scrims as well. And I believe Team Evo have a new pickup on their roster. And I think, honestly, if I had to rank them, both in terms of the seeding points they gained in the GFL qualifiers, but also in terms of past performances, I think these two are neck and neck. So this is going to be an incredibly close match. But saying that, the 3rd and final match on stream tonight, folks, is probably the most anticipated. eXeS Esports are playing Team Infuse. Now, eXeS is a completely different roster. If you're wondering, where is E4? Why haven't they qualified? Well, they did, of course. They won the first GFL. They're probably the best-looking team so far EU has to offer in this league, but they are now eXeS Esports. So they've joined a bigger org in the form of eXeS and Team Infuse. They are back in the game, folks. Probably the most well-known EU org that has ever played or competed within Gears of War. Now, Team Infuse are champions OD. So maybe to all you viewers in the chat, that makes a bit more sense and why it is such an anticipated match.
I got a question. Where's Dignitas?
That is a good question. Dignitas from Gears 1, I believe there is one player left who is Faraka Aridity. He's playing for Odin, I believe. I believe he's a new member of their team. So we're going to be seeing him later, Blaze.
I remember playing Dignitas in the loser bracket finals in Vegas 2007 and playing against those guys. And I want to say that match is probably still out there. I think somebody showed it to me a while, but if you can find any of those old MLG links to those matches, like the quality is horrible, but you can kind of make out a little bit of what's going on. But that was a fun matchup. That was a fun matchup right there. Against
history.
Yeah, I want to say who. I'm trying to figure out who's all on that old squad back in the day. That first Dignitas roster that came over.
There was, I believe, the leader of that roster was Dignitas Loco.
Yep.
Or Loco God.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Loco was. Yep. Loco. Yeah. Loco was a sniper back there.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Fun time.
Back in those days, but it's so long. It's almost a decade ago, or probably less than that, actually, thinking if it was in 2007. I cannot remember when that went down, but wow, it's been so long, and Gears of War has just advanced so much now. I mean, we still have Aridity playing, as I mentioned. I think that's the only member still competing in Gears of War. I believe Dominate used to be in that on that roster. He is now a competitive Call of Duty player. You may have not known, Blaze.
Who is again?
Dominate?
Dominate? That actually does sound familiar.
mean, they were a top team back in the day, and Infused, I believe. Well, Infused now has a new member in the form of Jack Reaction. Now, that might be a familiar name to you.
Yeah, I know Jack.
Of course, he's actually the most winningest European player of all time. He used to be on the Apex roster, and that is the last organization that I can remember that attended an American event. That was back on Gears 3.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, that Apex, they went to that hype. I want to say they went to that hype 2 event, right?
Yep, that's the one.
They did. Yeah, because the only 3 that we ever saw was we saw a Farico team go to a Gears 2 event in 09, and then you had that squad, then you had the Dignitas, and then you had the Apex squad. Was the 3 teams that ever came over.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the 3 main ones, and I can actually tell you now as well. I believe this Odin team are going to be very shortly under the Farico org. So we have all these top organizations rejoining us now as esports Gears grows and grows into Gears 4, and it's fantastic to see, along with the announcement of the EU Open.
Let's see, I'm just trying to get into the game coming in right now. Boom. All right, let's get it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting any invites right now, so please bear with me.
Join off my name, then.
I don't think it's joinable. Let me check again. Oh, yes it is. I'm joining now. Couldn't join through one player's name for some reason. The loading screen is not popping up, but Blaze, I have to ask you. I have to put you on spot as such. And I'm sure many European viewers would love to hear it. Are you going to be attending the EU Open in July?
As of now, I'm not going to be attending. But you never know what happens. Who knows? I get it's still about a good month away. I could be contacted in 2 weeks and say, hey, you want to go? So you don't know what'll happen. But as of now, I'm not going. But if I do, y'all better watch out. Okay, I expect to be shown a good time when I get out there because I've never been before. Okay, only thing I know about the EU is what I've seen off the skins growing up.
Oh yes, indeed. And it obviously would be fantastic to see you there. I mean, I think I've said it before. This is probably the biggest event in EU's history in terms of prize pool, I believe. Maybe if not prize pool, definitely the extent and the size of it. I mean, we have Gfinity, probably the biggest organization based purely in the UK, esports org, I believe, in terms of tournament provision. They're going to be hosting the finals. So it's going to be an amazing watch for the spectators. It's going to be amazing for the players to truly kick off, I believe, esports Gears in EU.
No, it definitely will be. And I know if I don't show up, then Fallout may show up. He may pop up on you guys and have a good time or whatever and whatnot. But I definitely London will be fun. It'll be definitely a great experience. That is where the event's being held, right? The London area.
Yep, there's actually 2 parts to it. There's one in Nottingham, which is a bit further up north, and then the Gfinity part is also in London. So
what do you mean that there's 2 parts of it?
I believe the first 2 days are being hosted in Nottingham in collaboration with Am2 Pro, which is a different tournament provider. And then the finals, I believe, is being hosted by Gfinity. So 2 separate organizations, I believe, means 2 separate locations. And it really just demonstrates the sheer extent of the size of this tournament.
Oh, that's awesome. So I'm assuming that the venue on the last day is going to be better than the venue on the first day. Probably a little bit better production, so to speak, or not, maybe. It'll seem like that because usually at some other events they'll just get rid of, get to like the final 8 teams or final 4 teams and do the last 4 teams on a bigger stage at the end instead of having the whole tournament there because just funding and whatever and whatnot. But anywho, red lock. In
any case, looking east, let's jump on board with this camera, find out what the 2 teams are doing strategy-wise. Just checking at the top of the screen. It looks like there's going to be 4 on the bottom area of the map for Barrage, as they're looking to be ultra-aggressive. eXeS coming in from the flank, though. D2 picking up that one. Angels picking up a kill as the boom shot is now in their hands. Adam has fallen already. And quickly, we've already got a 4v1 situation, Blaze.
Yeah, that was one of the quickest real-life rounds ever right there, Toby. You know, they sent the 3 boom. Not eXeS, but Barrage sent the 3 boom. They got taken advantage of real quickly. You know, the first guy went down and boom shot. They cleaned him up. Got the other guy on the wall, flanked around, took care of the last guy, got the boom off, and that was all she wrote.
I mean, we saw a clash of titans right there. Both teams thinking, let's kick it off with an aggressive boom strategy, maybe try and catch out the enemy team, but that didn't happen, and we just saw a clash of shotguns as we also get into this round. Looks like 4 down bottom for Team eXeS again now, as there's a battle for these nades.
Yeah, I'm on board here with Dolly, and Dolly, he almost put his team in a bad situation. He forced his teammate to have to revive him. He picked up those nades without looking both ways in the middle of the street, and he paid for it. You know, he looked left, but he got hit by a truck by his right, and he went down, and his teammate paid for it, but he did come out with the 2 nades. He just wasn't able to make a play with it right there. eXeS are coming out of the blocks so fast right now that I can't keep up. I mean, Barrage Dale has 1 kill. We have 1 revive other than that for Team Barrage, and nothing else to speak of. So is any team going to switch up? Who's going to hold their nerve? That is the question. I feel as though Barrage really have to perform now in these coming rounds, or they could see Gridlock come away with them. Jumping on board with Barrage Adam to kick it off. He's going to be on the flank. Boom shot, though, in the hands of Barrage Dill, I believe it is. Who is going to get doubled down, though? Barrage Sam bringing back a kill, though, as the boom shot, I believe, is still on the floor to contest. Yeah, good nade is going to be behind him. It's going to stun Adam. Adam's going to get down. He's going to get revived. Not able to down him a second time. They're going to push through his boom tunnel aggressively, but Sam's going to shut down physics. Sam's going to be taken out with eXeS. 1v2 situation. D2 trying to put himself in a good spot. He needs to try to take the guy out quickly, but he's not going to be able to. But, you know, good job there by D2, because he knew that he could have run too far because the boom was on the ground. And he was like, you know what, I'm just going to have to take this fight right here.
Yeah, too right. And you saw that the boom shot sadly landing on the opposite side of the arch then, as he had to make that trade. I believe it was eXeS who originally got that boom shot mid-round. Fortunately for them, that is how the round played out now, as Barrage take their first round. Barrage Dillo, along with his teammate, taking Snipe Tower now, so there's a change of strategy as Barrage Adam goes down.
On board here with D2, he took a lot of damage to get these nades, and that first nade is actually going to pick up a kill on Adam, going to help his teammates push through, going to take out Dolly, and there we go. The second round, neither. The 4th round is going to go towards eXeS. And they're going to go up 3-1 right here. And after losing the first map, I didn't think, honest God, I didn't think eXeS is going to be able to take the next 2 maps. Just based off their performance on the first map, because they played very, very slow on War Machine. But so far that we've seen on Clock Tower and Gridlock, they've been aggressors.
It's a good point, actually, Blaze. But the thing about EU that I feel, especially with these 2 teams, is really the competition right now is so close, where you can see these close matches. Barrage Dill picking up the first kill as Adam falls. Let's find out what's happening in the boom shot area, though. As Barrage Dill, he is coming in from the other side of the spawn, or map, excuse me. Bed, aka eXeS Angels, is down on the L car as Barrage take another round. 3-2 now.
Ronnie did a good job on the flank right there. He got a guy down. He didn't, you know, get tempted to get that kill. He went and fought the next fight, got him down as well. Knew he had enough time, picked up both those kills, won the round. I'm on board here with Ronnie this round. I want to see how he's going to approach the Snipe Tower. He's going to go up, pistols out. He's going to push up here. And they're not going to be contesting the Snipe Tower, which I haven't seen nobody really contest Snipe Tower this entire map. Both the teams seem to be boom shot focused. And Ronnie's going to get this free snipe right here. As you said, the sniper for Barrage, he's going to get that. He's going to take a shot. He's going to miss that one. He's going to come out of there. Took a little bit of damage, but him and his teammate are going to push back up, and they're going to take out Angels. Ronnie, looking at the boom shot flank, he's going to down D2. They're going to try to capitalize on this, and yes, they do. 4v2 situation in favor of Barrage, and eXeS is in a bad position.
I think he's going to fall now. It's all down to this Carmine to try and push out with this boom shot, but sadly it is not going to be enough. There is the cross from Snipe Tower. There is the cross from Barrage Adam on that LK. As Barrage bring it to a round 7, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever takes this map is not going to win the match, but it could foretell who's going to win the future. I mean, we mentioned momentum a lot in esports gears, and due to the intensity of the game and the raw skill involved in terms of the shotgun plays and, you know, the individual skill in those 1v1 competitions, we usually see momentum carry a big, make a big part of the outcome, don't we, Blaze?
Yes, we do. We see a 3 boom shot right here. Barrage. Sam's going to take out Angels. And right here, Dolly's going to go down. XSB is going to go down as well. 3v2 situation. And that's all she wrote. Barrage is going to come out on top right here. Coming back from a 3-1 right there as well.
It's a good point indeed. And that's surely going to boost the confidence of each of these Barrage players and maybe drop eXeS a little bit. Maybe, you know, there's not likely to be arguments. Of course, these are like professional top teams, but I mean, maybe there's something lingering around on the in the back of these heads of eXeS after that one. It's not a nice thing to receive. But, I mean, I usually hear some players actually say that they'd rather lose 4-0 than have a comeback against them like that, Blaze. I'm not sure if that's been like a similar aspect in your experience in competing.
You know, it depends on the teams. But, you know, I've definitely seen comebacks like that, you know, a lot where they can go either way. But it just really comes down to just finishing off the map. You know, it just comes down to just keeping your composure. And especially when you get in there to that 3-1 and you're 1 round away, not to really, you know, and sometimes you're going to have to adapt because by the time you get there, team know what you're doing to have got there, and they're ready to counter you if they're a good team. So usually then you have to switch it up and try to keep people off their toes.
Yeah, for sure. We've talked a little bit about the psychology behind these players, but maybe let's talk about the differences between the NA scene and the EU scene. Of course, I've competed in EU, you've competed and casted NA, and so I'm sure you might have noticed some differences in terms of how both these scenes and communities play. I mean, what struck me about Gridlock there, Blaze, is we usually talk about Americans being a lot more aggressive on certain maps and a lot quicker in terms of rotations and transitions. But, I mean, that just blew that consensus out of the wall. We saw EU just playing, those two teams from EU, going for that boom shot, going for those nades, going for those flanks and shotgun battles. And we only saw really any contention for that sniper rifle towards the end of the map.
Yep, definitely. And I just got the invite.
There we go, and I think I'm joining right now. If you just joined us, folks, thank you for tuning in. 127 viewers right now, that is crazy. Only the first match out of 3. And Barrage are 1 map away from taking the first league match on stream. Of course, there are other games going on right now. Let me just throw the schedule up again for you. Also have Team Evo. They're playing XL in their first game, so that's going to be a difficult one. Team Inspire versus Team No Name. Of course, we saw Zorkos in the last qualifier absolutely perform for his team individually, and that team actually went flawless as well throughout that tournament, taking the instant qualification, I believe. So that's going to be a very difficult game for Team Inspire, being the newer team that they are to the competitive scene. Team Infuse, they're going to be playing Odin. So that's going to be a close game. Sadly, we can't catch that on stream. But we will be seeing Infuse later on as they take on XL.
Which is going to be a good matchup. You know, Fallout may be in around then. But, you know, I'll definitely be checking it out. It depends, you know. It's a beautiful day out here in Chicago.
It's really hot here in Wales, UK as well, I have to add. Almost too hot. I mean, it's 8 o'clock now, and I'm sweating, to be honest with you. And even with the window open and fan, it's crazy heat right now in the summer in the UK.
You know, I may have been born in the summer, but you know, I'm not a heat person. I don't like the heat whatsoever. You know, I don't know. I'm just not comfortable in hot areas. You know, I'd rather it be wintertime, snow outside. You know, cold in the house. You know, even I do my best gaming when I'm cold. I don't know what it is. Maybe because, you know, any event that you go to, is usually cold. It's usually cold within the venue. You know, it's never. I guess because of all the equipment and everything, you keep the temperatures low. Also, probably so people can sell hoodies as well, if you're too cold. But you know, I've always been good at gaming in cold temperatures, so I like to stay cold.
That's a very good point, actually, and something I haven't really considered. It is usually like colder in these events, of course, being inside and being big rooms, and you know,
Hmm.
I find that you usually hear players. I mean, I competed myself since Gears 1, but sweaty hands. You usually hear that issue come up a lot of times, and which is why a lot of these controllers like Scuff are introducing like new grips, like third-party grips to these controllers. I mean, these intense competitive situations, just as we're watching today, guys, can be very productive in terms of sweat production. So um, definitely something to consider. And I second that. I really don't like competing in very hot conditions either.
It's definitely not fun whatsoever. Um, gonna be on board here, and we're gonna see a 2-2 no snipe here from Barrage. Okay, so they're gonna be pushing down low. We're gonna see 3 members of eXeS down low, and they're gonna push up. Two of them are gonna push up on the mid bridge right here. And they're gonna get followed up by 2 members of Barrage. And right here, we're gonna see eXeS, Bills, and D2. They're all gonna go down, and now they're gonna be in a 1v3 situation.
That was just a trade of Gibbs, such a manic situation. I could barely keep up with myself, Blaze. So shout out for actually doing that effectively. As it's all down to Carmine now. Physics trying to hold this area, but when you have 3 members of Barrage coming at you, back A's flying about is a very difficult situation to deal with.
It really is, and just trying to really dissect that round. We seen off the jump, Barrage, they did a 2-2 no snipe, but then eXeS, they sit 3 guys down low. And 2 of the guys down low hopped up on mid-bridge right away. They hit one guy, kind of support him, and they sent one guy up top. And the guy up top was pretty much almost out of position. Look at the strats this round. We're going to see 3 guys down low from the call team as well. And Andy's going to get knocked out. SSB is going to go down as well. Adam's going to take down Ronnie. Adam and Ronnie's going to go down by D2. He's going to clean up both those kills, and now we're going to be into a 1v2 situation.
Physics has to try and clutch this one up again, the last one remaining, but he has managed to collect the torpedo and return to the safety of his own side. We can check Barrage Dale now. He is going across the map to collect the sniper, so, and we also have Barrage Sam sitting back on the junction. So they're taking this a bit more passively, trying to be a bit more safe, collect these resources to take down Physics, of course, showing him the most amount of respect possible that Canals offers now.
I really don't like the strat that eXeS is running with 3 down low, because they're sitting 3 low side, and then they sitting 2 of the guys up in mid bridge right away, and one guy kind of supporting off. And those guys, if they're even late, that second guy usually goes up mid bridge, takes a lot of damage. And as we've seen at the beginning of that round, he kind of went down. But even just a good counter to that, if Barrage sitting there 2 guys up top, they're at least getting up there uncontested. They're putting some shots as they get these guys on mid-bridge. I don't know. I think it's a better way to kind of take control of that mid-bridge. I've never seen that before.
You know, and trying to like discuss that a little further and break that down. I mean, Barrage Ronnie I discussed at the start of this match. He is amazing with the sniper. I mean, he's up in the top 3 best snipers in EU. Like, he is fantastic with his weapon. And honestly, I thought Barrage were going to play for this sniper rifle, but really, they're favoring right now their shotgun plays, and it seems to be paying off, though, as Physics is going to roll back, voiding the first nade. He is full red, still has the torque bow to suppress, but of course, Barrage now have regrouped on this middle bridge area, collecting the newly spawned nades, and they're going to make this 2v1 a little bit easier for them.
Yeah, good composure right there by Physics, and he's going to pick up his bow ammo. As well. And so right here, because usually, okay, especially with me, and what I would do in that situation, if a team goes no snipe like that and sends a lot of players mid-bridge off the rip, I would have pushed through water, took out the sole guy that's low side, and at the same time rotated over and took their snipe as well. And then now you're upper man, you have 2 snipes, and most likely the guy has already wasted his nades on mid-bridge if he has not got a snipe picking him up. You know, you usually don't have to kind of go for that fight and kind of contest that. There's other ways to flip the map and win it. But so far, deal.
Woo.
Damn. Gonna win that round right there. Gonna take off the face of Physics. Good job there by him.
Very nice indeed. It isn't Barrage Ronnie, of course. Barrage Dill showing what he can do with the sniper rifle. Very nice indeed. 2v1 situation, taking that one out. Very slowly, but effectively. 2-0 is the score now, as they're only 2 rounds away from wrapping this matchup potentially. Let's see if there is any change of strategies. And Blaze, you have called it. There is eXeS flanking through the water now, as they come straight up behind the middle bridge area, putting shots in the back. B is going to get down though. Ronnie is going to fall. It's going to be a clash of shotguns right now in this ball talk area. Angels is going to pick that one up, as it's still a 3v2 situation. Looks very difficult for eXeS Barrage, excuse me, right now, as eXeS put the first round on the board.
Right there, that kind of, you know, I think Barrage made the right move to start that round, because they realized that it was too through water, it was too low side, and they got up on mid-bridge as soon as possible, right? Because you want to get up on mid-bridge as soon as possible, because you got 2 teammates high side that can help you out. So you almost don't even want to stay there and fight for too long. Even if you lose a man out of that situation, you still can come out with power weapon control. You may be down a man, but you'll have the advantage right there. I think they stayed in that fight too long, Ronnie and whoever else it was, low side. But we're going to see Snipe picked up, and it's going to be in the hands of Ronnie.
Let's jump on board with him, see what he can do, as his whole team backs off now. Trying to take this round a bit slower. Let Ronnie do his work with the sniper rifle, of course. The sniper is now picked up by eXeS. Ronnie's not going to find the head for that one to prevent the pickup, as now eXeS have control of junction. So arguably they have map control. They have access to this, to the newly respawned nades. So perhaps a slow round coming up right now.
Yeah, Ronnie was looking to try to get this out snipe right here. Physics picking up the torpedo kill on Adam right there. Don't really know where his position was when he got that one. Yeah, he was just in high side connector. He's gonna pick up that bow kill. He's gonna be holding off strong. Man advantage right here in favor of eXeS. Now, one thing is that I noticed is, okay, as soon as Ronnie picked up snipe, right, and Ronnie started to transition high side, he's seen all his teammates standing in front of him on the water stairs as if they ran into a brick wall, where they just couldn't advance at all. And when you kind of hit that situation, you have to rotate a lot quicker, or these type of stalemates happen. You know, on this map right here, you know, I'm a sole believer of, you know, your base strat is your strongest strat, and within that strat, you should be able to rotate in any situation possible. But if Ronnie was getting sniped, his teammates really should have just committed high side. Because Bo was picked up. It was a guy low side. You know, they had one guy dropping back to snipe. The 3 of them together could have got some mid-bridge control right there.
You know, I certainly agree with that. That's an awesome breakdown. I mean, when these rotations come into play and when they become available, there is a split second where the team has to decide as a 4, are we going to rotate? Where are we going to regroup? What is the next plan in the strategy? And with these power weapons in play now, I mean, it really is such a high pressure situation, and it really dictates the future of these rounds, because now eXeS, they have access to these frags. D2 has managed to pick up that sniper rifle before Ronnie could react. And that's really shaped up the future of this round. I mean, Physics picked up a kill now with a torpedo, so that's going to help his team a lot coming up.
You know, my old team that I used to, the strat that we used to run, we used to send 2 low side, one guy getting sniped and one guy going high side, and we ran it every single round because we was able to counter. And if ever a team did a no snipe on us, whew, Deal is going to pick up that kill on D2. Nade's going to be out, 3v3 situation, 58 seconds on the clock. Ronnie's trying to get up out of here. Know that he's in a bad situation. He's going to be looking for mid-bridge for a kill. And him and his teammate are going to be at the low side of their bridge. Smokes are going to be out, not having a lot of sight here. And they're going to be trying to rotate, but they hear the gunshots going off high side. And they're looking like they're debating if they want to push high. They hear somebody coming up on the flank. The footsteps in the water. I know I can hear them. I don't know if they can. And right here, he's going to be pushing up. He sees the guy high side. Doesn't want him just yet. 3v3 situation. And as we flip around, we see Angels in Physics. They're going to be high side, keeping these guys contained, and they're going to try to push them these last 16 seconds.
With the 16 seconds, it seems like the whole game is broken up into anarchy. Dill going in for his respective 1v1 now. Great movement by him, avoiding the shots, waiting for his teammate to regroup, and there we go. Physics will fall. But XSB, he's going to play that typical Gears of War strategy of ensuring the draw, letting his teammates push and staying right back to ensure it's either a victory or a draw.
Yeah, you know, good job right there. And that's what it comes down to, why I was saying before, why I just don't like execution anymore, because of situations like that. You know, and you typically see it on canals all the time. One guy sits back, you know, they wait for the time to be pretty much gone, and they go fight. And, you know, you're in a better situation because the fight won't lose the round. We're going to see Ronnie get this snipe right here. They sent a lot of guys low side. Once again, X is dead. Nades are going to be thrown out. That's going to be 1 nade out, 2 nades out. Not going to connect. Ronnie sees one guy in water. He's going to try to nick him right there. His teammate's being shot low side. Can't get the shot on Prescott. He's not going to be able to. The snipe is still up on the opposite side of the map. And now, I want to see who this guy is high side, because Sam actually did come back to water right there. The snipe is still in play on the opposite side of the map. Nobody has gotten it yet. There's a lot of guys in this high side connector. Right now, it's time for a water push, if you ask me. Right now, Physics is in position. But if it was a guy low side sandbag, I would have pushed him out so quick. Because they're in a stalemate, okay? Because if you see, eXeS has 2 people in the connectors. There's 1 guy in the water. And, yeah, it's another one low side somewhere. Actually, I think it's 2 on mid-bridge, and that's what it is. So you got to look for that 1 guy that's out of position. Because as I was explaining before, they kind of broke off into the action, which I kind of got some time now. You know, I used to always run 2 low side, 1 getting sniped, and 1 going high side. And in any situation, if I seen 2+ people high side, my guy high will rotate in the water, and we'll push on the guy's low side. Okay? And then what usually happens, we usually have a man advantage low side between my 2 guys low and my guy high side rotating, and we have about a 3v2 situation. Then the 2 guys who are coming high side, the 2+ guys, are usually on mid-bridge, grabbing nades, trying to lance over the top, and they usually give you a sniper good opportunities to get headshots as well. But they also have a long distance to travel to help their teammates, and usually by then somebody's already dead, or you've already rotated over and got sniped. So you kind of put yourself in a good situation. And good job right there. Deal's going to go down, and Angel's going to pick up that kill, and this is going to turn into a 4v3 situation.
It's a nice little peek by Prescott there, as we saw on Ronnie's point of view on the stream. I mean, it was a nice little angle he took on the top of the stairs, getting those shots in, careful not to get taken out. Of course, that concrete block does, it can have a 1 shot from that block. Of course, the hard aim's from down bottom, so good job for him from staying alive and getting the nade from in from his teammate. So good communication to actually get that one done. As we just flick through the cameras now, let's check out what's going on in this situation of this round. 4v3 for eXeS. It is nades they're going to have access to, because of course they have control of junction right now. Barrage Ronnie, though, we have to keep a close eye on him. Of course, we know how amazing he is with his sniper rifle, just staring at the high side. It is 1 minute left. Is there going to be a play? That is the question that everybody is asking. Oh no, we have just missed out on stream. I do apologize. Ronnie, though, is going to take the head out of nowhere. I believe XSB probably pushed up to the first pillar. I'm not sure if you caught that out, Blaze.
No, I didn't catch it.
Unfortunately not. But I'm assuming that is what happened.
Yeah, I was typing through the cameras because I was trying to figure out where everybody on the COG team was located. And it was 3 guys pretty much stacked to that connector. And there was 1 guy low side all by himself. You know, at that point, you know, that guy low side just gets pushed out. You know, even if it's a 2v1, you know, you go down there and you take it and you try to even out the odds. But Ronnie even out the odds with his sniper right there. 13 seconds on the clock, and we see these guys, they're running back. And this is going to turn out to be another stalemate.
Looks like it. Ronnie is going to get a consolation kill, though. As you can see, Sam is already back to the spawn. I think with Canals being so late in the map rotation for this match, Blaze, maybe it's being a bit played out a bit more passively than if it was an earlier map. I mean, you've got Barrage 1 map away potentially from taking their first league win, which is going to make all the difference for sure. We see eXeS, just check out the scoreboard. We see Angels and D2. They're going to be leading the way in terms of points. 7 downs for D2 already in the rounds that have passed, and 6 kills for Angels. So he's doing really well right now. But you can see Barrage Dill, he has taken middle bridge control now. So a bit of a change now as eXeS do not have control of this middle bridge. They're going to be smoking the top, though. Potentially a play for this weapon right now. But it looks like Barrage already set up, waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, and as we see eXeS, they're all backed up into a corner right here. There's about 2 guys on the water stairs, 2 guys on a snipe bridge, looking for the nades right now. They're going to be in the hands of Dill. He's going to be on the mid bridge here. Ronnie's going to pick up the snipe. He's going to slide that. He's going to get that position of that. Okay, so Barrage, they have grenades right now. So they do have grenades. They do have snipes. Sam's really risky on his high side, but he's not going to get headshot right there in rotation. They need to try to make a play with these nades. Turbo is going to be very hard for them to get, but most likely they're probably going to wait for a second set of nades and use these 4 nades and just make an all-out push on the high side and hopefully try to pick off 1 or 2. That's really the only play that I can kind of see them making, unless you just show no respect for their sniper. If you show no respect for their sniper, it's about maybe 20 plays that you can make, especially with a low side push right here. You can come at him sending 2 guys low side, let nades hold up high side by himself, and really almost stack 3 guys low side in a sense, because if they push in numbers high side, the nade guy can hold off that push single-handedly, maybe pick up a kill or 2.
Of course, Barrage Ronnie, though, before I can speak, has already taken a headshot on the enemy sniper. Will the play come in now? That is the question. There is the sniper pickup from eXeS, making that push that little bit harder. But the question is, as you said, Blaze, is the respect going to be shown to the enemy sniper? Look at Physics, though, on the camera. He's going to try to push up now to see if he can get a push-up on these enemies. Nade stun coming in, though. He's going to get effectively 2v1 there, as it's a 4v2 situation. 1 minute 40 left, so the round could be a victory if Barrage play this out right. D2, it's all left to him now to try and clutch this one up, but Ronnie demonstrating such amazing movement that we discussed earlier. Reaction shot, headshot to finish him off there. And they're going to be 1 round away, potentially, from winning this matchup.
Right there, you know what? Right there, good job. When Physics pushed high side, he should have stayed a little more aggressive. You know, he was at a disadvantage on a push initially. He should have just never stopped it and tried to be just as annoying as possible right there. We see 3 guys low side from Barrage. They're going to get pushed through water right here. Very, very aggressive. D2 is going to go down here. Dio's going to go down as well. 3v3 situation. Adam trying to stay alive right here. He has a guy down to his left, and he sees the last 2 guys in mid-bridge, and Adam is in a beautiful position. Bad idea to try to go for that kill, though. His teammates are going to go down, and now this has just turned into a 1v2 situation. Luckily, Barrage still has the advantage, and it's going to be all up to Physics here.
I thought eXeS played that fantastically, Blaze, to actually stay alive as long as they did and get the numbers whittled down to a 2v1. I mean, we saw enemy teammates down for them on the enemy sandbag, so shout out to them for actually keeping this round alive. Will Physics, though, see it through? He has the nades. You can see there's an enemy pushing up with that torque bow. It's all down to him. Can he make the magic happen? As Ronnie, though, is high side.
Yeah, he needs to look for his 1v1, and he sees the 2 guys high side in front. He knows his sniper is up. You know, depending on how he uses his nade, and he could have probably, if he could have got that nade off, there we go, make the push on mid-bridge. This is a good play. Physics, can he do it? He's not going to be able to do it there. That was the play, though. When that guy pushed mid-bridge, you use the second nade as a cutoff nade, and you just push that guy in mid-bridge and hope you take your 1v1 right there. Pretty much all he could have did, because he couldn't rotate high side at all with him looking at him.
For sure. I mean, Barrage in the end, to me, Blaze, just to try and like summarize that map, when they finally got the nade control towards the later half of that map, it just seemed like they were a bit more aggressive, better positioning with Barrage Ronnie, of course, great utility with that weapon to get the headshots that he did on the enemy sniper as well. So that's probably even more difficult task when you have another top EU player aiming back at you with that weapon. So yeah, they're going to take that one, folks. 3-1 is the final score. Barrage are going to win their first league game. Now, we do have another match coming up very shortly. Probably very soon, actually, as the schedule for tonight is pretty on point. Blaze, is there anything you'd like to say to summarize that matchup for us?
Just to that matchup, you know, I didn't expect Barrage to come out on top based off how they played the first map on War Machine, because they was really passive. But going towards the end of that matchup, they really took the game into their own hands. But we didn't see we didn't see eXeS kind of just keep up that aggression. They just had to make a little bit better transitions right there, and they would have been just fine. But other than that, good first matchup to start the stream though.
I mean, we saw everything in that match. So what I liked about those two teams, which really stood out to me, Blaze, from the get-go, was the organisation from both teams. You saw all four players in their respective positions in War Machine, holding back, playing it safe. It seemed like the communications was on point. Of course, we mentioned on War Machine the plays coming out as soon as that first player falls. It just happened so quickly, and the round just instantly goes. And then we saw Clock Tower, Gridlock, and that map where we saw a massive variance of strats from both teams trying to mix things up, keep the enemy team guessing. But sadly for eXeS, they will lose that one as Barrage just edge it for me in terms of their opening strats and their slaying power.
No, I fully agree with that.
And on that note, folks, we're going to go to a short break while we get into this next matchup. Do not go anywhere, but Blaze, for any Europeans who may be unfamiliar with who you are, perhaps you'd like to let us know what your Twitter is and maybe your stream as well, because I know you're pretty heavy into streaming now.
Yeah, I am. My Twitter is at GuyBlazeLive. Is my Twitter, and my Twitch is gonna be at Blaze, just Blaze the original. And pretty much I've just been in Gears for the last 10 years, competing and commentating, and I commentate a lot for the North American scene for Gears of War, and I'm here jamming out with my man Toby for this Gears Forum League.
It's been really good.